Alright, so today we are out here with Jason and Lauren from Cattywampus Acres. We just helped move some of their pigs. We actually got Ray and Finn to also help kind of hold the pigs in the pen while we were still moving the fence. So we just got that moved. This was the previous area. So it's a little different than Cooney's. They have two different breeds of pigs in here, and so it's interesting to see the work that they do. This is after 2 weeks, and it's crazy because at our place, our Cooney's can stay in a place for 2 weeks and you can't tell. So it's amazing what these guys can do. And then they're gonna cover crop this area and eventually turn it into a garden. So super exciting stuff.
Alright, so we've gotten everything tilled in, and I have a question for you that I want you to kind of explain for maybe our audience, because in our area we don't have people use what you're going to use as a cover crop.
Okay.
So tell them kind of what you're using as a cover crop and why you might be choosing that as your cover crop.
Okay. Well, the nice thing we're going to do is black oil sunflower seeds, and anybody who basically has any kind of farm or birds usually know that you can get the black oil sunflower seeds from most like Walmart and any kind of like Tractor Supply, anything like that. So they are cheap, which is nice. And the nice thing about them is because sunflowers get so tall and strong, in order to do that, they have to have a strong root system. And when you have clay soil like we have, and you can see that we have a few different kinds of setup in here, but we certainly don't have that loamy, sandy soil that is so easy to play in. But we'll end up spreading, just hand spreading out fairly thick, not crazy, but fairly thick, the black oil sunflower seeds. And the goal is for those roots to get down in there and really tear up the soil. I do know that there is going to be some nitrogen benefits to it, and there probably is some pest resistance that helps with, but I'm not exactly sure on that end of things. But it will definitely help with the weed suppression, because if we're gonna get rain all next week, and if we were to just leave this would turn into flat earth, and it would go back to the way it was minus the grass. It would erode in weird places, and it would basically just start growing up weeds. We had a bunch of onions in here, wild onions. So the nice thing is when we plant these in here really thick, they will shade out the lower area, and they'll build that biology up in the soil, what do they call it, the flora,
yeah,
if you will, the flora in the soil. And yes, that's right. And so the nice thing is that you'll have all those roots. Anytime you have hard packed soil or really crappy soil, the best thing you can do is start growing in it. And so that's what we're going to do, and those are cheap. Now, buying a bag of black oil sunflower seeds is not going to have like 80-90% germination rate, because they are made for food. But once we spread them out thick, we'll get a good enough germination rate to where we can have a pretty good spread here, and they'll look cool, which is nice. And then when we'll have our bees going here in like another month or so, and they'll be all about them and in them, and we'll get tons of pollinators. And the cool thing is, when we draw in pollinators to the middle of our yard, they have to go through our garden, they have to go through our orchard, and we're just going to get pollination galore.
Very cool. All right, well, we're going to go to the feed store, get some sunflower seeds.
There. Down.
So we made it back, and we are going to help them do some planting, because that's the right thing to do. Somebody gives you a place to stay, and so you help them kind of get things together and help them grow their own food. And so we're going to come in here in their garden space, and we're going to help them plant some of the seedlings that he's started. And guys, these seedlings look really, really, really good. So he's got some cover crop radish back here, and we're going to plant this area here. I don't know what we're planting yet in this area, but it should be a lot of fun.
Hold it over like that, cinch it up, and I will come back with our wheel hoe and bury it.
Wash me in the water. I need a little guiding for my soul. Only heaven knows. 'Cause I just need a helping hand. It's gonna help me stand. It's gonna help me stand. Every now and then I get a feeling in my bones that I'm just wandering on my own. So I hit my knees.
We were able to get it all done. He's over there filming for his video. We got all this planted today. Look at all that. Oh man, that is a lot of food. And what I mean by that is, like, here's a whole row of leeks planted at 6 inches. Here is a whole row of kale and spinach planted between 12 and 6 inches. Here's a whole row of lettuce 12 inches apart. Swiss chard and more kale 12 inches apart. Cabbages 18 inches apart. Kohlrabi 12 inches all separated together. So there's a ton of food in this garden, and I think they're gonna enjoy it. Are you gonna enjoy all the food?
We sure are.
Good.
Can't wait. So excited.
Good.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah,
And that's
tons
only,
of work.
what, a third? Maybe?
Yeah, like a third of the garden.
Third of the garden?
Hey, that's a good start though.
Yeah.
That's a heck of a good start.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Were you the fertilizer queen?
I was primarily the camera woman.
Oh, camera woman. So.
Lauren was a fertilizer
I had
champ.
Yeah, Lauren put some fertilizer
a
down.
little bit of fertilizer.
Yeah.
In true Homestead fashion, we're finishing out the day by planting one of my favorite flowers, sunflowers. So this will be a nice pollinator square for them, and great way to end the day before we head in for some dinner. Thank you so much, guys, for having us today. It's been a fun time. Got my first sunburn of the season.
Heck
so
yeah, broke you in.
Yeah. Well, where can everybody find you guys?
We are on YouTube at Cattywampus Acres. We also are at cattywampusacres.com if you want to try some amazing goat milk soap. And
We
are
highly
on,
recommend it.
Yes, yes. Well, we appreciate it. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, and we are in the beginnings of TikTok. So we'll see how that goes. It's very early, but we have fun with it. It's a good time.
Good. And what's your guys' motto?
Our motto here is, you want to say it?
When you're homestead, you're home fed.
Not your homestead. When you homestead.
Oh, what'd I say?
When you're homestead.
Oh, when
So-
you. Oh, when.
Well,
yeah.
what we say here is,
When you homestead, you home fed.
let's try our own motto one more time.
If we wondered why Lauren doesn't ever get in the YouTube videos.
All right. And so, you ready?
Yeah.
And so what we always say here is,
When you homestead, you're home fed.
that's right.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much again, guys.
Thank you.